Hello, Utah friends. I am Nicole Mason, and I wanted to do a video real quick about why UPU, or even just myself, why we support this school choice bill, the HB215. So I've had some parents call me, text me today and say, hey, this is like, there's a lot of controversy around this. Tell me why you're supporting it, or what does it mean? So I wanted to just do an explanation because I think there are a lot of questions about it. Now, I have been in some meetings with a bill sponsor and with other groups who have had concerns, and they expressed their concerns, and I watched the bill sponsor write down every one of those concerns and try to address those concerns. There is one girl that I respect so deeply in the homeschool community. She sat down for 2 hours with Representative Perucci and said, I'm concerned about this and this and this and this. And Candace Perucci, bless her, she addressed all of those concerns. She worked in every concern about the homeschool community that there was. And this homeschool guru, Nicolene Peck, I don't know if you know her, she's the one who consulted on it. I talked to her today and she's like, yeah, I'm in favor of this bill now. And I said, how many changes did Candace incorporate after you met with her? And she said 99%. So if you want to know whether, who's been consulted, there's been so much conversation, and I know that the bill sponsor has gone to great lengths to address people's concerns, because there is concern, right? Because people don't want government interference in what they're doing. So a few things about what this bill does and what it doesn't do. So this bill, in simplest terms, is an education savings account like the health savings account. So if you have ever had an HSA when you've been doing your insurance, this is set up exactly the same way. No one gets money in this. So when people say, hey, this is a wealth distribution, or, people can spend money however they want. No. This money never goes to the parent. This money goes to an account, and another party oversees that account. And you, as a parent, say, hey, I want that money spent on this school, or I want to buy this curriculum or that curriculum. And then the money goes towards purchasing that curriculum or goes to that school. So no one's getting a check for $8,000 to take their family to Disneyland. That's not how it works. How it works. Just like with my HSA, I can't take that money and go spend it on Botox, right? I have to spend it on a qualified health expense. And that's what happens here. It has to be spent on a qualified education expense. Now, people talk about this third party, person. Their only job is to set up an account and administer the account to make sure the rules are followed. They're going to be audited heavily every year by the auditor's office. Bless them. I love the auditor's office. They do an awesome job. Frugal Dougal, guys. He is on our side. Small government, making sure that spending is reined in. He's not letting this get out of control. Love that man. Okay. What was another piece? So it's an ESA set up like an HSA. The other piece of it is that, strings attached. Strings attached. Everyone says what the government funds, the government controls. Yes, that's absolutely right. The money never goes to the parent. The strings that are attached are, if you sign up for this and you take the money, well, when I say take the money, that's the wrong word. If you choose to sign up for this program, the money has to be spent on a qualified education expense. So the strings attached are, you're not getting money. You are directing where you want the money to go. Now people say, oh, this is going to increase our taxes. We can't afford it. Well, this is money from the state income tax, and it's slated to go to the education pot. So it's money that's already there that would traditionally go to a brick and mortar school. This diverts that income from that school and allows you to choose to use it on something else. Now, not the entire amount that would go to the school. The school still keeps a portion of that. But because there's one less student in that school, the school gets a little bit less money. But it's just like if that student went to another school instead, same concept, that the money would go somewhere else. So when when people pay their income tax, a portion of that goes into the education pot. Those are state income tax dollars. There are no federal funds attached. So the federal government has zero say in curriculum, zero say in how this program is administered. This is a Utah state account using Utah state tax dollars that are already in the system that can't go anywhere else. We can't choose to use those funds on anything else other than education. All that this is saying is we are opening up a portion of those funds and allowing those funds to be diverted to another educational option. So no raise in taxes. In fact, there's looking at lowering taxes this year. I know that's what they're fiscally considering, is lowering taxes. So even in the face of lowering taxes, this is still giving people the option to take their money and use it somewhere else. Okay, what were some of the other questions that I've been getting? Because even my cousin called me and she's like, hey, because she homeschools, and she's like, hey, are you going to use this? Or, you're supporting this? I'm like, yes, I'm going to be the first person to sign up for this because there are some cool things that I want to do. Like Buy the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. That's another awesome piece of this, is there is zero control on the curriculum that you can choose, other than it has to be a qualified education expense. But if you want to buy religious curriculum, or if you want to do something else, you can do that. One of the caveats or guardrails in this bill is that they cannot control your curriculum. So you have choice over the curriculum as long as it's an educational expense. Okay, another piece is two more guardrails. Okay, so the entity that creates the accounts and administers the program is just like the entity that controls an HSA or a healthcare savings account. That their only role is to create the account and follow the processes. And if they don't do that, the auditor is going to fire them, and then they'll get a new company. So they have to abide by the terms of this contract that is set forth in the law. Okay, so here is another concern that was brought to the bill sponsor a few months ago. They were very concerned about an international agenda or an outside agenda being brought in through this company. So again, the guardrails are they can't control the curriculum, so no outside agenda can be brought in. And the other piece is, they cannot have any control over, or they cannot have any ties to any international organization. And you guys, this is really cool. The Heritage Foundation, right, which rejects federal funds, they actually opined on this Utah bill. They read it and they're like, this is a really good bill. And they said something like, some international organization is not welcome in Utah. So to hear them say that was awesome. They have come out in support of this bill because they feel like it expands choice and will allow the free market to increase the quality of education everywhere. So I loved I'll have to find them and post them so that you guys can see it. But their comments on this bill were so awesome. So the Heritage Foundation, they were like, yeah, any outside organization, international organizations, not welcome in Utah. So that was really fun. So that's built into the bill as a guardrail because people were so concerned about international agendas coming in. So the bill sponsor made sure to write that in so that it would protect people. Okay, the last part I think I wanted to talk about was the homeschooling issue. So a lot of the homeschoolers are saying, well, I'm really concerned about governments coming in and trying to regulate what I do in the home. So what this does is say, okay, this is not going to impact a true homeschooler who fills out an affidavit and homeschools under homeschool laws. This creates a new section of code that says if you use this ESA or if you sign up for this ESA, then you are not a homeschooler, right? And so this delineates or creates a clear boundary between homeschoolers who sign an affidavit, and then those who choose to use this, and they call it home-based education through these funds. So you could almost say this does not apply to the homeschool community in the sense that if you truly want to be a homeschooler, you would not sign up for this program, right? So consider them mutually exclusive. So that's nice, because then it has zero impact on homeschooling. And that's one of the things that Nicolene Peck consulted on, was to make sure that it would have zero interference with homeschooling, and that there would be no encroachment into homeschooling. That's totally different. So I hope this is helpful to try to break it down a little bit. Certainly put some more questions out there for us, but just with people saying, hey, why are you guys supporting this? I felt like, okay, I need to give an answer. Like, why am I supporting this? Because I personally am supporting this. I think it's great. It's not for everyone. So just like public school is not for everyone, homeschooling is not for everyone, this program is not for everyone. I think it would benefit my family, but that's just me, right? So if you don't like it, you wouldn't sign up for it. The only other thing are questions about, well, this isn't available to everyone. Well, it is available to everyone in that anyone can apply. If you want to go this route, you wouldn't be a homeschooler anymore. So you'd have to know that going in, like, oh, I'm applying for this, I'm giving up my homeschooling status, and I'm okay with that. So you would know that going in, but everyone in the state is welcome to apply. They only take, I think, the first 5,000 or 6,000. I can't remember the exact number, but we'll just say 5,000 for round numbers. So it's open to 5,000 people in the state. So if more than 5,000 sign up, they are going to say, okay, we're giving first preference to individuals who are lower income. So they would take those individuals first. But if less than 5,000 people apply, then everyone gets to take advantage of it. So there's no excluding factor of like, some people can make it and some people aren't, or some people are qualified or some people aren't. Well, no, it is open to everyone. Everyone can apply. It's just, if more people that apply, then there are funds, then preference is given to the lower income. So I hope that helps. I will, if I think of any other questions, or I'll try to do another video, but my intent just was to give people perspective on why UPU supports this bill. Again, it's not for everyone. It's not for every parent. And I'm not telling you to take the money or sign up for the account or not sign up for the account. I feel like I can't say take the money, because you don't get the money. The money sits in an account. You just direct the money where you want it to go. So that's a big distinction, because I think some people think that they're just handing out $8,000 checks, which they are not. That money is regulated and where it can go. And it can only go to a qualified education expense. So if you choose to sign up for this and want to create an account and you want to direct where the funds go, then this is a great option for you. If you want to homeschool in a pure sense, that's awesome. If you want to send your kids to public school, whatever. UPU is about providing parents with choices, about getting them to educate themselves on all of the options that are out there, and then making the decision that is best for them. So if you're a homeschooler and you don't want to go this route, that's fine. No one is suggesting that you do that. All we're suggesting is that this provides opportunity and provides avenues to educate children in creative ways. And it's an awesome opportunity. I think it's a really cool bill. It's been very heavily considered, meaning a lot of people have expressed concern, and the bill sponsors and drafting attorneys have been very diligent in taking those concerns and trying to address them. So again, leave us your questions if you have questions. But I hope this helps break it down a little bit and explain why UPU supports this bill.